Guys, hello and welcome to Skycurser Daily number 44, where it's our goal to be a better indie dev today than we were yesterday. We are in a really good spot in terms of what is next and on the docket. We are going to be picking up where we left off yesterday, and specifically we'll be working on scripting for level 2. We finished a lot of bug fixes yesterday, tightening up almost everything to do with weapon scripting. So we're in a really good spot, and I think what I'll do is go ahead and do one playthrough and see if I see any major bugs that I want to address right now. I don't think I do, just off the top of my head, but then we'll go pull up the scripting document that we have already written out for level 2, and yesterday I spent a lot of time pulling in assets for level 2, so we may be creating additional objects from those assets, and then for sure we'll be just kind of following the flow of the script for level 2. So let's go ahead and do a playthrough. And once that's finished, we'll go over to Google Drive and pull up our documents. Almost there. Ooh, skin off your toe. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Did it bite your toe or what? Gotta make sure this thing set up the switch.
Skycurser.
Here we go.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go.
Wow, that was an interesting bug. See a couple of small ones, but nothing that I necessarily want to spend a lot of time on today. Everything else is working pretty good. I think the main thing that I'm seeing is the katana deflection and the eyeball when it actually is sent backwards. The eyeball missile is actually sent backwards. It does more damage than it should. Oh yeah, that was good. Pretty satisfying.
Mission complete.
Okay, so that is looking pretty good. One place you went a while ago, and people could play Skycurser. Did any of them find any bugs? Yeah, I think that's a pretty regular thing. There weren't any game-breaking bugs. If there were any, they were very minor and more of a preference than anything else. So. We just took note of everything that anybody reported, and you know, decided what we wanted to do with the gameplay based on that. So, but yeah, we're at the point now where I think we might start having some level 2 gameplay for people to begin testing. So we should be in a good spot for people to begin doing a lot of gameplay testing on that. User testing. Alright, so let's read where we're at here. Screen divided into 5 sections. The lowermost sections are the highway. The highway has 2 lanes for outbound traffic and 2 lanes for inbound traffic. So you got the outbound traffic lanes, you got the inbound traffic lanes, similar to level 2. The other thing that I might do is work on some of the construct for level 2, which is like mission 2 start text, which that should be pretty straightforward and easy, but let's just read this real quick. When Skycurser is done, could there be a PC version for your loyal viewers that can't make it to a place with the arcade machine? So yeah, we're talking about that, man. First of all, we got to figure out what to do to get you to a nearby arcade, because it should be in most arcades. And I know arcades are few and far between, but they're starting to come back around, I think, in terms of people who just really want to get back into the arcade scene. So. But yeah, we're talking about, I think you've probably heard us talking a couple times, we're talking about potentially, you know, porting to several other platforms, and we're still discussing which ones, which platforms those are. So if you have PC, does that mean basically you have access to Steam? Guy flies in with his mission start maneuver. Once guy completes his maneuver, one Porsche, riderless, hauls ass across the screen at high speed in outbound lane. As the Porsche hits the final 50 pixels of the screen, a stream of slower cars exiting the city in the outbound lane appear. So let's start working on this. Alright, first of all, let's go to get the mission 2 text up and running. Controllers. I think we're talking about controller persistent at this point. Let's look at the draw event, which a lot of this could be reduced, but I'm not going to focus on that for this at the moment. So we're talking about if the room is not room menu or room initials entry or room high scores or room Blast City Studio, then we can put all this stuff up on screen, which mainly means if it's level 1 or 2 or any other room. So we have draw kills at the top middle, draw score at the top center, draw lives at the top left, draw the pals at the top left under lives, draw meat mode level at top left under lives. That's if we're in meet mode. And then draw credits at the top right. Here's some debugging messaging that works so-so. And you're English. Yeah, so we are thinking about it, man, and we're just trying to get. We'll probably, you know, have some internal discussions, and then maybe ping our audience and see exactly what the biggest demand is, because we're gonna have to, you know, modify the game in a few ways just to get it to other platforms, mainly related to controls and screen size. Those are the two main things. But yeah. Alright. Continue credits, game over. So that's that. I don't see anything here about what level we're on, so I'm guessing that's in the controller for the room. Which is right here. Here's the draw event. And here it is right here. So here's the mission 1 complete. Here's the level 1 start. We could easily turn this into a parent and child and have this basically set up for every level so that this could happen quickly. But I'm not going to spend, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this tonight because I really want to get into the scripting for level 2. But I will be definitely adding that very soon. Draw event control, draw action in here. Change this to 2, level 2 start. Okay, change this to 2. See how that works out. Change this to 2. See how that works out. That might be all I need right now. What size do you have the player sprite? I believe you told me, but I forget. So the player sprite, let's go look at it. It's right here. So this is the sprite, and it's got a mask on it at the moment. I don't want to turn off the mask, but the sprite is 82 wide by 39 high on a screen that is total 320 by 240. But when you actually play, a lot of the feedback that we get from players is they weren't exactly sure how it was going to feel based on how big the sprite is. But once they play, they feel like it's pretty amazing. It just feels right whenever they play. So that's the general feedback that we get. So it looks so high res because Chris, the art guy, man, he's been tearing it up basically. Spends a lot of time studying old sprites and old video games, and then spends hours and hours drawing these sprites. But he's getting pretty good at it, and he's a lot quicker at it than he used to be when he first started a little over a year and a half ago. Or close to a year and a half ago, but now he's getting really good at it. So he can get these things built pretty quickly, these sprites built pretty quickly. He does it with Photoshop. Okay, so we are level 2. Let's see if we got it. First of all, I'm gonna force the game to go straight to level 2 first. And where we at? Press start. Looking for the room controls, press start, go straight to level 2. Ah, there's Chris. Alright, here we go. Let's go straight to level 2, see if we have any bugs from what we just added for the controller for level 2. Yes, that looks good. It needs to disappear, obviously, and we'll work on that. I think that's mainly going to happen in the step event, so that's good. Let's go look at this. Boss levels over 9,000. Like a boss. So I'm just gonna have a placeholder, Chris. We don't have the sound for level 1 yet. Like you know, I mean, for level 2, we don't have the sound for level 2, so we don't have like you know, mission 2, death at, or you know, Death Valley, or whatever we're gonna say, whatever the voice over is gonna say. And so I'm just gonna put a placeholder in, and it's gonna say the exact same thing as level 1. So I think that's just probably the best thing to do for now. So that's what we'll do. Script Skycurser generate controller. Oh, what's it inheriting from? The base controller. Where is that? Oh, sweet. I've already got some of this work done. Let's see what's in here. There's a reset room and a room step. Step counter, okay, good. And screen shake, step, but that's less important to what we're working on currently. So I'm wondering if I can just drop this in base controller. And do something to pull the sound correctly based on what room we're in, and I think we can. So we probably need mission 1 voice finished, sound counter, and mission go finished. So let's make sure those are set into create. Stop all, script set level vars. So we may go check that out here in probably room controls. Set level vars, which is right here. Boom. Okay, room get name room level 1, score equals 0. So I think what we should do instead of that is a switch case. We could just say room get name room, and just do case room level 1, make new case room level 2, make, whoops, I don't need all that, pull this guy up, take this guy down, remove this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and write these in here. Sound counter. Well, I want sound counters probably for both levels, so I'm going to make sure that we put them here. And we'll probably want to... Am I doing this in the base controller? I'm not. But I could basically go trying to do this fairly quickly. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this, but let's this is part of level 2, so so let's go look at this. I think that I'm only, first let me read this. Okay, cool, there's not a lot here. So technically I could just probably remove some of this. Gotta do this carefully here. So I'll make this guy script set level vars. And so we take that out of level 2. Keep that. Find to keep. Do I have set level vars in here? Yes, I do. Take it out of here. Don't need this guy anymore. Could probably take these all over to the parent. Which will be first of all, let's script set level vars, and we are going to pass in an argument here, argument 0, and script base controller room init argument 0 equals room. Actually, I don't even need the room passed in. We don't even need an argument. We can just look it up on the other side, which is what I was doing right here. And let's just look and see what we need here. We need these two. And make sure that I'm not duplicating stuff here. Basically, I have the create event for level 1. And let's see. I'll take script set level vars out of here in just a moment. Last mode, move up, Skycurser live. So we can take that out of here, and it's in both. Level 1 start, level 1 complete will be down here. Okay, and let's just do the same thing with these guys. Oops. Score, I'm pretty sure, is going to be a global. And level 2 end, of course. Drop it here. And level start and level complete, of course, will be globals. Sound counter equals 0. I think, well, as I'm thinking about this, I may want to pass some arguments here, mainly so that I can set some non-global variables or properties basically for the controller for the room. So we'll do that in the, we will pass in argument 0 here. Room controller object. So that's good. Level 1 start. I have being set in the, yep, I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to pass in the argument, and the argument then can come over to this script. Phil's here. What's up, man? Phil, you're real. All the stories thought they were fake. So room controller object, and So then we can do something like this, argument 0 dot sound counter. Yeah. And now that's going to be set as a property for whatever room we're in, to be accessed in the step event of whatever room we're in. But I need to pass it as a variable to here first, so I've got to make sure I do that in the base controller. And in order to do that, we just pass self right there. That should do that. That should take care of that. Okay, now let's see what else we can rip out of here for level 1 variables. Mission 1 voice finished, mission go finished. I think I can drop one of these here, and then the other one would be up here. I should probably change this from mission 1 voice finish to mission start voice finish, but I'm not going to do that until I actually get the sound for the unique voice. Sound counter is gone because we've already taken care of it. Let's remove any of our comments. Timer draw end of level, timer end of level. I think these are unique to level 1. But I don't even know if I'm using them anywhere, so let's look. I am. Mission complete, probably. Let's just pull these up here. And of course we're going to obviously drop in these as properties of argument 0. Okay. And since we're going at this, I know that I should be able to just finish this off here. And let's do the same thing for this guy. And this one definitely needs the argument 0 prefix. Remove all these extra lines. Now we have a pretty clean setup here. Now the one thing that we want to do is looks like we only want to set level vars on level 1 if we basically take this guy out of here. So let's do that. Cut this guy. Save. We're going straight over to the base controller step. Now we're going to the create event. And inside of here we'll make sure that inside of the script for the create event we will make sure that we drop this. So there we go. And the last thing that we do here is we make sure if room get name room is equal to room level 1, and all these other things are true. Otherwise, just always reset level, set level vars, argument 0. That means we can get rid of this guy. Cancel. Boom. So let's try that. Did you see my message about the other Brad? Yeah. Okay, let me just look at this for a second here, guys. So we've got this now in the base controller, which means I got to make sure that this is out of the room controller level 1. And do I use sound counter anywhere else? Let's check. Lots of sound counters. Level 1, Room Blessing Studio, okay. Do I use it anywhere else in Room Controller Level 1? Yes, I do. 1, 359, 46, 1723. So I think that would be, if I'm actually looking at it, it's like the second set of conditionals. Where is that? Here we go. So, yep, it's right here. So technically, we could bring all this over to level 2, or to the base controller. Let me just look at it for a minute. Okay, so this is for meat mode, this is for story mode, so I probably do want to bring this whole thing out. I don't use it anywhere else in here, so I'm going to cut this. Good there, drop this right here, and convert everything that needs to be converted. So we need to pass in an argument from the base controller. Step event, which will be self. Pass in self if it's not already. Instead of self.id, let's go self. That's a better, cleaner way to do it, I've found. And then get this script list out of here. And we want to go up here to step event. Now we have an argument being passed in. Let's title this script-based controller room step argument 0 equals room controller object. Argument 0. So let's just put argument 0 for everything. That needs it. And that'll only take a second longer here. Okay, so I think we're in good shape there. That should continue playing the Go for level 1 and should play the Go for level 2 now as well. However, yeah, I think what we'll do is modify this so that this is mission start, voice finished. Let's change this all the way across the board so that we just have it available for 1 and 2. And I said I would wait until I got a second one, but I think we're in a good spot to just go ahead and make sure this is updated. Okay, voice finish false. Ooh, I've got something that I've obviously overwritten here that's not correct, so let's see what it was. Ah. So that's go finished and voice finished. And this one, that's go finished, start finished. Yep, good. And I think we're in a good spot there. Let's make sure we take this and carry this over to the init, or in this case, script set level vars. Here we go. And it's no longer this, now it is this. And now we can take this up here. Boom. Now that might do it. Let's see if it works for level 1. And if it works for level 1, it actually should work for level 2. Game marketing agency, Phil, what's that about? So it just went straight to go. That's fine. It should have done the mission 1 text. At least it got part of it done. We know that that's working. We'll make sure that it's working for everything else in just a minute. Okay, everything's gone from there. That's fine. Make sure everything looks good there, and it does. Now everything should be, we're going back to the init in step. Oh yeah, those guys. Saw that. Yeah, so we should probably talk offline about that just to sync up what we think about it. Get kind of on the same page before we talk to them, hopefully. And Chris, yeah. So it went straight for the go voice, but it shouldn't have done that. It should have gone for the Let me look at the sounds here. Mission 1 voice, that's what I'm missing. I think I have, trying to think where that would be. I think it would have started playing. Here it is. Aha. So I'm doing the event inherited before everything else. I think I might as well pull this in. This guy can disappear. This guy can get pulled right over into the base controller, which is right here. Drop him there. think I should probably call like an audio file from here, an audio script, and it would just do this right here. Because it doesn't, this isn't really, these aren't really level variables right here. I'm just playing audio sounds. So let's go ahead and do that. Script, create script. We'll just call it script. Play level audio. Switch room get name room. Boom. Well, not boom yet. Case room level 1. Break case room level 2. Break. When you got no programming classes in high school, you basically gotta get online and watch a lot of YouTube videos and about programming, about whichever programming direction you want to go, whether it's web software or gaming software, and if it's web software, there's a lot of other websites that you can go to get tutorials. That was probably more of a rhetorical question. That was an answer to your rhetorical question. Or watch Twitch. Good answer. So we'll switch this out, mission 1 voice, later on. And sound level 1 can probably actually play. Let me see if it's playing down here. Yeah, it should start playing, basically. So let's call that good for now on this guy, but make sure that we call this script level audio from here. And I'm trying to determine if I should do it here. I think I can do it over in the init. I'd rather probably do it over in the init. Okay, good. Alright, let's try this. Level 2 should basically be something like Mission 1, Death at Dusk, go. If I got it right.
Go!
So it's got the sound for level 2, but it doesn't have the, still doesn't have the start. Script level audio is right there. Where we at? Script level audio is right here. Switch room, get name room, room level 1, room level 2. And audio play sound. Go is happening too quick, that's for sure. I think that must be what is not correct. Sound mission 1 voice, is that what I'm playing here? It is. Do I have the sound counter for unit? I think I do. Right there, sound counter equals 0. See if that'll do that, and then return argument 0 here too. See if that forces it to work. Not really a lot that I should have to change here. Best Skycurser player in the group. I don't know how much these guys play, but I played a lot because I program it. Still no mission 1. Death at dusk. Let's see, let me look at this.
Skycurser. Go!
Okay, there's a different way around this. If I can't get this, like, in the next few attempts here, there's a really quick way around it. Base controller, self and self. Don't think. Press start. Oh, controller init seems to allow me to do this. I'm a little bit surprised. This is definitely running. We are in story mode for sure, but this should be playing. I'm wondering if script set level vars is blocking it. No, there's nothing that should be blocking it there. Let me look at script reset room real quick. Reset room. I think we're in good shape there. This basically should be running. see. Global.mode equals story. I gotta make sure that we're hitting these cases. Just do some debug messages. Show debug message. Audio level 1. Should be definitely hitting this block. If I'm not, that would indicate that I've got a problem with my switch case here. Let's try it again. Okay, compile window should tell me, and I see nothing there for the message, so I'm not hitting what I expect to be hitting. So I gotta do some troubleshooting here to figure out if I even made it into this script in the first place. Show debug message, play audio, start. Let's try this. Okay, audio, play audio start, audio level 2. There it is. Did not hear emission 1 voice though. Let's go look at that sound.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk.
So that looks right. However, the sound definitely did not play. Let's go look at the controller for the bass controller. Ah, I have another idea too. This guy right here is probably killing it. So let's go stop sound here and then go event inherited. Bet that'll fix it.
Mission 1.
There it is.
Death at Dusk. Go.
Okay, now let's make mission 2 start disappear when it should. Do you remember me asking a question about image index and the image index not being a whole number? Yes, I do. Still having a problem with that? Room level 2. Here we go. If level 2 start is equal to 1, then draw that. So we need to set level 2 start equal to 0. At basically the same time level 1 sets its to 0. let's just look this up. Copy, scripts, search. So if I do this, how do I make sure it still does the last frame before creating my projectile? You can always you can basically always do a such as image index less than or equal to 6.5 and image index is greater than or equal to 5.5. So then it's between 5.5 and 6.5 is what that's saying, right? Is what you're asking. So what is the exact last frame that you want it to play? Is it 6 or 7 or 5? So we have level 1 start right here, set back to 0. I think we should probably just look for level start equal to 0 and make sure global.levelStart got created. Six is the last frame. So if that's the case, you can look for it to equal that, and when it basically evaluates the true there, just do an if statement that has image index less than or equal to 6.5 and image index greater than or equal to 5.5, and then just set inside of that if conditional, set image index equal to 6. And then at that point you just do image index equals right after let me see here. Yeah, and then you can have like a different if conditional that says if image index is equal to 6, then let me think for a sec. You could say if it's greater than or equal to 6, image index plus plus, and then what I usually do is also have one more conditional that basically says if image index is greater than or equal to my last frame, then oh, you say 6 is the last frame. So if it's greater than or equal to 6, then you reset it to 0. Or do whatever you want. You don't have to reset it to 0, but you would have that check above in your block of code. So if you're looking at your block of code here, let's just go into some random block of code. So if you had let's just imagine this is a step event, and you would say if image index greater than or equal to 6.5 and image index less than or equal to 5.5. I think I said that incorrectly. Less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, then image index equals 6, and then you can also, above this, you can say if image index equals 6. I said that wrong. Image index is equal to 6. Then you can say image index equals 0 or whatever else you want to do. It doesn't have to be image index reset to 0, it can be whatever else. But if you set image index equal to 0 and it's on the step event, it basically should, image index should increment each step, so it should just keep counting. And the reason why you put it above instead of below is because once it hits this, you want it to run through and register in the step that it's currently on, and then the next time around it will make sure that it's not on the same step. It'll jump to 0, and then it'll go through 0 through 6 all the way until it hits this again. So hope that helps. Okay. Aight. Where were we? Ah, we gotta make everything disappear properly, and that should be fairly straightforward. Looking for controllers, step event. Let's look and see what we got here. Nothing in there, but in here, room level 2, we have a step event that has or it's actually in the draw event. It has the text drawn on screen. Instead of level 2 start, we can basically say level start, and we just make sure that level start is set in the controller. So good there, and make sure level start is set in here, which would be set in set level vars right here. There it is, level start equals true. Let's just change that to 1. And I think that should solve our problem. Mission 2 start should go away. The help is too strong.
Mission 1, Death
Boom.
at Dusk. Go!
Okay, gone. Alright. Alright. Now. We get into what happens with level 2 scripting. Got all the precursors in place. So the step event is running from here. Script Skycurser Gen Controller level 2 start. Let's look at that script. Here it is. So basically generating and passing in the level to script Skycurser Gen. And do we have an argument 0 in here? Yeah, we do. Cool. Let's change this to level start. Based on what we just set up a second ago, that should fix this. And script update controls. We got that in place. I'm cool with the way that looks. But we don't have anywhere where we're instantiating the base controller for the vehicles. Object controller obstacles. I think that's just automatically sitting inside of room level 2, and I'm pretty sure it is. We'll go verify that in a second. So room level 2, where are we at? Room level 2, and there it is right there. Object controller obstacles, which technically I would prefer maybe not to just have this sitting here. I would rather just programmatically create it, but it's fine to let it sit there. So I'm just going to leave it alone for now. So the init event should set some basic things in place here. However, we really just need to make sure that all we need to do is make sure we're controlling everything from the step event. We can do that right here. Thinking for a minute. I think I might just do this from room controller level 2 instead of from the base controller. I think that's a little bit safer because we really only want to control what's happening in level 2, especially with the obstacles. And that's calling, yeah, so we could write this right here. I'm wondering why the gen controller is here, and I think I understand why, so I'm going to leave it alone. Alright, so from here, let's look at our script. Guy flies in, start maneuver. Once guy completes his maneuver, one Porsche hauls ass across the screen. So let's think about exactly where that's going to happen at, or what is going to indicate that guy has finished his maneuver across the screen. And I think we'll find the answer to that inside of step. Cool. And from the step event, let me think for a second. From the step event in the base controller, we get a couple of variables set that we can begin to use here. However, level 1 start, I think, is probably going to be the biggest indicator that level 1 has started, based on, or the level start. So this will basically be as soon as guy is finished flying across the screen, level start is set to 0. So global.level start is equal to 0. I'm actually just going to create a script for this section, so we're just going to call script from this action. So we are here, controllers, let's create a script and call this script controller room level 2 step. So basically name it almost the exact same as the object, and then we put the action on the end of it. Controller room level 2 step, and of course inside of here we'll pass in the controller, room controller, in case we need to set anything on the room object. Grab this guy out of here, put him here, and then take this guy right here, drop him here, go there, pass in self, and we're in good shape. At this point, we should be able to initiate what happens with that controller, or at least set a variable for the controller to begin, the other controller, the obstacles controller, to begin its process. So here it is right here. And so what I'll do here, this was just kind of a script that does, well, first of all, this is the controller step for obstacles. Script, controller, obstacles, step. I don't think we're actually passing in any arguments here, and I don't see any. That's fine. And we'll just put this in place. Some notes here. Randomize vehicles, escaping, city. And I'm probably just going to pull these out because these are altogether really a script that doesn't need to be part of this. So if we want to pull them in at any point, we will, and we'll just do that through script obstacles random. Alright, DeBeastly bro. See you, man. Take it easy, bro. Script obstacles random, so we don't lose this. It'd be good to just hold on to, but we're not going to call it anymore for now. So, what do we do then? What do we do? Let's look at this though, because there are probably some things that we could use from here. Yeah, this is good. We have a Y position. Anything in those two outbound lanes would fit into here, probably 165 to 170. Yeah, 175, and then 175 to 185, or 176 to 185 would be the two outbound lanes. And let's see here, choose one of these, instance create. So I can use some of this. Let's just copy this over to here. Alright, got another follow. Stevanovic, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, very much appreciate the support. Okay, so the Y position can be random. We're not going to do a random choice on car. We're going to very specifically choose one of the cars. I think it's the green Porsche. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. And we should see this here. There's a green truck, a white sedan, blue compact. Let's start with looks like I don't necessarily, Chris, have a thanks, man. First try. Yeah, I took a minute to read it to make sure it was right. Okay, so it's red. Do I have the red one, Chris? Blue, white, gold, green. Did you add it into our drive folder? Let's check. Must have missed it if you added it. Sprites. We're looking for. I'm missing it. Where is it? Not here. It's gotta be in there. Backgrounds, bosses, effects, enemies. Here there, cars. I don't see a red one. Porsche's red, it's a red sports car. Dude, I don't know if it's in here, man. I'm looking at drive right here. This is drive. All of them are gone. All of them are here. There's no red car. You might not have uploaded it to drive, or if you have, for some reason I can't see it. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to act like I've got it, and I'll switch out the sprite as soon as you get it in there, and I get the asset uploaded. And we'll do that if you get it. If you get it uploaded to Drive, I'll pull it in. But for now, I'm just going to act like I have it, and I'm going to choose the car here. Specifically, I'll choose the. Let's just choose the compact blue. Object compact blue. V. And direction 180, speed pretty fast. Actually, speed is not going to be random for this guy. Speed is going to be 9.5. And Y position is there. And depth override is, this is the correct math for the depth on the vehicle, so I'm going to leave it here. And then the depth engine, pass the vehicle in, pass the lights in. One sec, guys, be right back. Alright, sorry about that. And lights and everything else are correct right here. We're in really good shape for this. So let's just test what we got. But yeah, I think what I'll do is do the instance create for this guy and remove the, I'll just put this at 0, 0, it doesn't really matter. Object, controller, room, obstacles. Okay. So we'll drop him in there, and as soon as he's created, basically he'll generate one of these guys. And global, let's set some variables here. Level start is equal to 0. Then go ahead and run this guy, and then say argument 0 dot initial car equals true. And argument 0 dot initial car is equal to false. Argument 0 equals object controller obstacles. Just write that out. Alright, now we got to make sure initial car is set to false. Side of that sprite. Cool, I see that you say the Porsche's uploaded, Chris. I'll check it in just 1 second here. I got to make sure I do a couple things before I forget though. Delete this guy. Thumbs up there. And then go over to the obstacles init. Set this guy, return argument 0 here, and thumbs up there. return argument, come on, return argument 0 here. And I think that puts us in a good spot. Actually, since we're doing the check for global.levelStart is equal to 0 here before it even gets created, I'll just take it out of here and just do only the car for the check for the initial car here. But let me make sure it's false. I can't remember if I put that to false or not. It was not, so good check. False equals initial car. So that should make him fly across the screen. However, Chris says he's got the new Porsche ready, so I'm going to grab it. Let's see if it's here. Porsche Red, here we go. Pull this in, download. Okay, so we've got it. Let's go back here real quick. Show in folder. Extract to here. Drop on the desktop. And create a new sprite, which is actually an obstacle for level 2. Load sprite. And center the point of origin. Just make sure I did similar things here. Yep, did that. So this guy got a name, Sprite, Porsche Red. Modify mask, make its mask precise. Okay, okay. So we're in good shape there. Did not mean to create the sprite. Delete this guy. Create the group. Just create a vehicles group. Keep this clean. Let's move this guy up to the top. Drop all these guys in. Don't want to get this. Don't want this to get unmanageable. All right, Sprite Porsche Red. So let's go create that object. Obstacles. That's a script. Obstacles level 2. Let's create that group here like we just did there. Vehicles. I don't have the emergency vehicles created as objects yet, but we will here soon. I'm not going to focus on that right now. Just going to focus on this red Porsche. Alright, create objects. Object Porsche Red. Sprite is here. Obstacles level 2. Vehicles Porsche Red. Parent obstacles level 2. Vehicles object base vehicle. Okay. Now let's see what we got here. We do have an in-step event only for that van, I think, so I'm not gonna look at that guy. Okay, cool. So we should be in good shape then. Everything else should basically follow this, and from here we change it to object Porsche Red, and that should make everything else look right. Yeah. Lights, car, ground. Okay, let's try this. See what we got.
Skycurser. Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
So looks to me like global.level start never got set to 0 properly, or something along those lines. Let's go. I'm going to put some debug messages in here. This guy might not be complete yet because his name's not changed. So let's go back to the script here. Following the order of operations here. Looks like this did not save as it should have. Or actually, I probably just don't have the call in there. So here it is. Grab this guy. I think the call is just not there, so we just got to add it into the controller and say self here. I think that'll do it.
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
So obviously, initial card did not get returned as true. That was hilarious. Okay. Lots of red Porsches leaving the city, I guess. I think I know what the problem is. Oh, well, here we go. We're going to have to go this gets a little bit tricky how we have to do this, but should still work correctly. I mean, it waited until we hit here, then as soon as it hit, I don't think initial car is returning properly to the step event. So let's look at the init. I'm not seeing the init. And the other thing is, this guy should just be self. The init is here. So initial card does get set here, and it gets set equal to false and return 0. I think the other thing we can do here we're not getting an error, so it must be finding this on some level, and I'm gonna see if I can just simply go self equals. I think I might get an error if I do this, but let's see. There it is. Can't set a constant to a variable. Yep. That's fine. Should still work. Try this. So I did get an error, just like I thought I would.
Mission 1, Death at Dusk.
The other weird thing about that is I'm not actually connecting with any of those cars, and I should definitely be connecting. A bullet should be connecting with those. Let me go see if probably in here. Yeah, let's try adding this guy. Yeah, just a couple. Maybe have to update that and try to figure out what's going on. Why? I know we can get this to work here exactly the way I'm doing it too. check something here. Room level 2, does it have? Nope, just got the event inherited. So let's walk through this. We're going to create it here. Controller obstacles. Once object controller obstacles gets created, which is right here, he sets his own variable, passes self into obstacles init. Right here. Let me minimize some of these and pull this guy up here. Okay, so obstacles init comes in. Argument 0 is passed in. Initial car is set to false. Then step occurs. We pass self into step. And we should only run this once because initial car is equal to false here. It's set to true here. It will only run if it's equal to false. And then we return that argument. I mean, it's possible to set a global variable here, but I'm trying to keep this as self-contained as possible. I know what's happening here. I know what's happening. The room step event is creating multiple controllers, and so the actual obstacles control, the controller obstacles script is working. This is a script that's messing up because it's just creating multiple cars over and over again. So I need to have one more check here, which is and argument 0 dot obstacles created is equal to false. So we'll create a script here. This will be script controller room level 2 init equals false. Return argument 0. Script controller room level 2 initialize argument 0 equals object controller room level 2. So obstacles created equals false by default, and we got to set it to true once it's actually been affected. Cool. Now that should force one red car.
Mission 1, death at dusk.
Or an error. So it's just having a problem with the variable name. Apparently I've probably spelled it wrong. Let's go check. Obstacle. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, dude. 500 lines of code. That's what I'm talking about. Be a worse indie dev complete. It only gets better from there. That's tight, man. Do you have any updates to share, like screenshots?
Mission 1. Death at dusk.
Still got in there. Okay, what we got here? Let's just copy this exactly. I mean, I thought I did copy it exactly. That's the weird thing. Copy. Oh, I know what the problem is. This script is not being called to initialize it. Try again.
Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
So that was very quick. Okay, part 1 of scripting done. Nicely done, Brad. As the Porsche hits the final 50 pixels of the screen, a stream of slower cars exiting the city in the inbound lane appear. Cars riderless appear in the outbound lanes, rapid succession. However, they act like real traffic. Most of the cars are following at a safe distance. Each car should be placed independently. It should not be randomized by the software, but should be programmed to appear to be random. And I'm curious why you guys said it like that, Chris. Why do you guys say that? Because you don't like the way the randomized script works right now and you want to be more specific, or... Control over the cars. Okay. I went away from doing a point-and-click adventure game in Adventure Game Studio to making a point-and-click card/table and board game collection in it. Tight. Gotcha, Chris. Gotcha. Well... yeah, I mean, until there's a need to do something more specific, I'd say let's keep them random, and then we can come in here and, you know, modify exactly what we want to happen a little bit later. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, what's your thought, man? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think, I mean, it's almost all the same, honestly, to me. I know you probably just want the enemies in there to see them, but honestly, it's about the same to me in terms of what I'm doing. Sweet. Nice CTXCB. CTCB. Alright. I had a thought, Chris. I had another thought which just hit me when you said you had a thought. It made me think about it made me come up with an idea for some reason. So what if at the very beginning of this level, the level was stationary and nothing was moving, and we saw that car come across the screen, and we saw the other cars come across the screen, and then Skycurser flew in and the screen started scrolling. So, I don't know, just throwing it out there. That way, you know, the cars could move slower across the screen, but still, you know, have that impact of being super fast across the screen by themselves, and then the trail of cars coming behind, and then, you know, Skycurser just flies in there. I don't know. Just a thought, just a thought. Ah, that's true. So, technically, it'll probably change anyway. Yeah, okay. Alright, so, continue on here. Alright, so we're in a good spot to get a couple more cars going right after that first car. So I think the way that we'll probably want to do this Cool, gotcha, Chris. Initial car there, obstacles step here. So I think what I'm going to do is export most of this to a script. And I already did. Technically, this kind of serves as a loop, but this is basically the script already. So I think I need to just know what variables I need to pass in here. So I think I need to pass in some sort of, let me think. The Y position could be picked here. The vehicle needs to be passed in. Direction's always going to be the same. Speed should be passed in. Well, let's make it so that, let's make it so that these are overloading the variables. So if the variable's not passed in, then we have this as a default. And of course the Y position is set there. The depth engine is determined. Instance create. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. All that can be just fine. So really, we've got 1 variable, 2 variable, 3 variables passed in, and this will be its own script. So let's just say, change this to obstacles gen for generate. Yep, that's fine. Take this guy out, take this guy out, take this guy out. Okay. So let's declare what arguments we'll have here.